Hello, I'm Sarah Leather from flourishwithsarah.com, and the topic for today's video blog is why boundaries are a girl's best friend in business and in life. Do you ever say yes when you'd really rather say no? I used to struggle with boundaries in my business and life. I used to receive phone calls all hours of the day and night, and text messages as well. And I used to receive emails with people expecting an immediate reply. And I used to wonder, why was this so? And it was only when I realised that I didn't have correct boundaries in place. So why don't we have boundaries in place? The reason is because we want to belong to our tribe. We want to feel connected. Everything we do in our life and our business, we do to move towards love and connection and to move away from rejection, because we fear being rejected. So we fear that if we say no to somebody when they ask us to do something, then we'll be rejected and we won't be liked. But the truth of the matter is that boundaries actually make us more connected to people and make us more respected, and everything flows a lot better. So when I used to think of the word boundaries, I used to think of kind of 1980s aggressive, standing in your power, saying no firmly, but boundaries really aren't like that. Boundaries are a way of having rules and a way of operating in your business and your life that means that you can carry on and do the work that you're here to do, and that you can actually help and serve your clients at a high level without compromising your energy, your lifestyle. It's a win-win situation for everybody. And when it comes to setting boundaries, sure, we may have to feel a little bit kind of icky maybe for 20 or 30 seconds when we're actually stating a boundary to somebody. But the benefit for that is we then get to feel better about things for hours, days, weeks or months afterwards, because we've actually got very clear on something. I often hear people saying that so-and-so crossed my boundary. I can't believe they did that. Nobody crosses your boundaries. The problem is that your boundaries aren't firm enough. So you have to get very clear on what boundaries you'd like to have in place. So work out what your boundaries are in your life and your business. State them on your website, through your terms and conditions. If you're selling any products and programs, then state them there under your terms and conditions. If you have a contract with your client, you state them there as well. When it comes to talking to people and say you're someone that's repeatedly asked to do things that you don't want to do, and this could be with friends or family or in the workplace situation or in your own business, and this is something that can happen to a lot of my clients a lot. There's often their boundaries in their life is something that we often talk about, because they're often asked to do a lot more than they're comfortable with. So they could be expected to, say, mind their sister's 3 children one weekend a month, which means that they're not getting to rest or to spend the time on their business they desire. So you need to get very clear on what you are and what you're not available for. So you need to be very firm and let your yes be a very firm yes, and let your no be a very firm no. So if you find it too hard to say the word no, and a lot of women have this problem, that they actually cannot say the word no. They've been so busy saying yes all their lives that it just feels so alien to them. So what I'd say then is, at the start, just hit the pause button. When someone comes up to you and says, oh, will you just do this, or client contacts you and just says, I need you to do this for me, just hit the pause button to begin with and just say, I'm not sure if that suits. Check back with me later, or I'll get back to you later about that. If you're not the person that's just the yes machine all the time, people stop asking you to do quite so much. And once you actually get very clear on your boundaries, write them out, get really super clear on them. Write them out, say them out loud. Start talking about them as if they're just so normal and so natural to you. Just tell other people, by the way, I've decided I'm closing the computer at 6 o'clock at night and I'm not going to be looking at any emails after that. I had a client recently who got an email from one of her clients at 1 o'clock in the morning about something she wasn't happy about. And my client replied to that email and then was upset that her client was demanding things of her at that time of night. And it was purely that she didn't have the boundaries in place, that she didn't work at certain hours of the day or night. So once you get clear on them, write them down, say them out loud to yourself and to other people. And very often you don't need to do anything else apart from that. But your next job is to stick to them. Once you've made your boundaries, you stick to them. Don't be inconsistent, chopping and changing your mind. Let your yes be a yes and your no be a no. And be prepared for occasionally getting it wrong. And that's absolutely fine. That's how we grow, that's how we expand. You have to course correct every once in a while. So I want you to get your boundaries sorted so that you can flourish in your business and life. I'll see you next week. Thank you.